Today's July 5th of 2026, July 5th, 2026, and I'm going to be checking hive number 3. Hive number 3. It's too hot to check everybody yesterday, so I got half of them done. I'm going to do the other half today. This was a swarm that came in to the apiary, to the apiary actually. And then I just moved them over and I've been letting them grow. Hey girls. Hey girls. Okay, lid is nice. I always like to see a nice amount of bees on the lid. It makes me feel like we have good bee numbers. It is later in the day than I usually check. It's after 7 in the evening because it's been so hot. 0 small hive beetles in the super. 0 small hive beetles in the super. That's good. But they also aren't using the super a lot. There's not a lot up here, so that's just a waxed frame. Okay. Alright, so the super, I'm just looking through these, is a deep, a 10 frame deep. I'm looking to see how many frames are in use. So far that's 0, they're building out, that's 5. They're building out. Now this one has, I gave them some comb so they could go straight to work if they needed to. Okay. And looks like they're just cleaning it and building it out. They got a little, just in case emergency queen cup there, but nothing really stored in here yet. So, but there are definitely a lot of bees on there, so it looks like they're just cleaning. Interesting. They're building out more comb. They've done a great job of building out that comb. It's really pretty. So they have plenty of places to store. Alright, so we're going to say that as of right now, as far as storage of food or brood, there is none in the, none up here in the brood box, in the super. I may move if there's some honey in the bottom. I may move a couple frames up here. I'm gonna have to move this box so I can check the super. So just gonna move this super all the way. It's over here. Something over it. Check it. Okay. Let's get to the brood box. Oh my gosh, there's hive beetles everywhere. This is not good. Alright, let me get some. They're crawling on me. They're right by the trap, but they're not in the trap, so it's not good for the bees. Alright, so I'm going to put 2 hive beetle traps in here, and I'm going to put So let me just drop this down here and see if I can get rid of those. So I just put in, what you just saw me put in was a Q-tip, but I coated it with peppermint oil before I dropped it in there, and then dropped it to the bottom of the hive. Bees don't seem to mind a little bit of peppermint oil, but the small hive beetles, from what I can see, don't like it. Okay, so they're building out comb, which is great. Again, I'm seeing small hive beetle here and there. Not terrible, but let's see what we can find here. Alright, so that was frame 1, not built out yet. Building out this second frame. So we got lots of bee numbers here. And they look pretty healthy. I don't see any drones. Alright, this is frame 3. Wow, lots of brood. I love those brood numbers. You can see the brood. And same on this back. Brood. Okay. So that's fabulous. I want them to have more food. That was a concern last week when I looked. They just don't have a lot of food. And that is a concern for me. And then seeing all those hive beetles. Alright, so we've got a ton of brood. You can see the brood under all those bees. And I see the queen. She is right here in the center. I don't know if you can see her. She's crawling that away. If I can get a picture of her. She's beautiful. She's on the bottom of the frame, so I'm going to keep her over the... Alright, so now I'm going to be very, very, very careful placing her back in here. She was on frame 4. So that's 2 frames in use, 2 frames not in use. And again, I don't see food. I see some brood. I see larvae. I see a little bit of nectar, which means these bees are going to be hungry. I'm guessing. 3 in use. This is also heavy brood, larva. Hey girls. Hi. You're beautiful. Yeah, I need you to gather some more food. I don't need to feed you. Alright, this frame is almost completely full of brood. It does have some honey and pollen patty. This one's got brood and food. And this one's got mostly brood, a little food. So that's 5 frames in use in the super. Six frames in use in the super. This is brood. Looks like it's about to hatch, actually. building out beautiful comb here. This is beautiful and clean, and they've cleaned this up very nicely. Now I need them to fill it. Alright, so that is two frames on the end not in use, and this first frame not in use, so that means 7 were in use, and let me check this last one. Why I video these two so that I can go back if I can't remember. I can go back and double check. Because when you do several in a row, you really cannot remember which one was which. So I have to write them down now in between to try to remember how many frames and if there was brood and if there was food. So again, in this hive, even though there's lots of bees, now I know that we're either close to or going into a time when there's just not a lot of food. So there's not a lot of food out there. I can't really expect them to bring things in. Alright, I'm just gonna put this back. Alright, so the other super, I put the super, I'm just gonna put that frame back in because I was talking about moving one up that's in use to get them up there, but I don't see one that I want to move that has food in it that I want to move, so I'm going to give them another week and see how they do. Okay. Alright, that's all I need to look at. So girls, put your sister's back on here. Alright. I need to put hive beetle traps on here. So go girls. I may take this super off. We'll see next week.